Man, you can have a lot of fun in a Jeep.
Yes, you can. Did you know that 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered by water, the rest covered by Jeeps?
That's right, we got one more right here. And we're gonna make this one more capable.
Yeah.
Now, you start out, from the dealership, you get the entry level, right? The sport model. Yeah, what he said. And then you can go to the Sahara, which is what we have here.
Right, not bad. But the upper echelon, we're talking Dana 44, bad transfer cases, all the running gear, the Rubicon. Yeah.
But we didn't get that.
No. So we got the Sahara, and we're gonna have, some additions thrown to it so it's capable out in the mud and crawling over some rocks.
Oh yeah, more than capable. We're going Rubicon chasing right here.
Yes, we are. See, the dream is real. The motivation sold separately.
Yeah, so we'll show you where we're going to start on this Rubicon chase, right? We're going to jack this thing sky high, about 3 inches.
All right.
Yep. Then we got some bigger meats to go under it, a bunch of goodies. And speaking of goodies,
man,
show you where we're starting.
Yeah, we have a stage 3 kit from Synergy, and I got to tell you, man, this thing comes with everything imaginable. And the great thing about it is you could buy it piece per piece, meaning component. But we just ordered everything, and they have it. We're talking control arm relocation stuff, brake lines, sway bars, springs, every bolt, bracket, everything you could possibly need from Synergy.
Yeah, we're jumping in the deep end. We're covering all our bases. This guy's going up. We're getting more capable. And you can see we're not playing around, man. Everything on here is just beefy construction, heavy duty stuff. So you can go out there and really start pawing and clawing, getting up those hill climbs.
Hey, if you think a perfectly paved road is a fine example of government overspending, then this kit and this Jeep for you.
Those dirt roads, they're free.
Yeah, man. Rocks, grind, it's all fun.
Today, the labor's free. But today only on this car. Now, speaking of labor,
let's get after it.
That's right. We've already got some progress going on this Jeep. I've got the upper nut off of that shock, lower nut and bolt here. So that's kind of out of the way. Willie's getting on the front side of this
I'm working on the sway bar links. You want to get these out of the way, swing this guy down so you have access to a lot of different components up here. Right, this is the drag link. This is a track bar. You just don't want to dive in and start blowing all the parts out and out of the way. You want to kind of do it one at a time so you know what you're replacing and where to go to next.
Little strategy, so follow along. Now, you can see we've got 2 jack stands under here, and we've got this thing down on a little bit of a droop, so it's nice and stable, and we can strip off a few of these things, right, strategically. Then we can do a little bit of swapping and replacing. So, all right. All right, so we got the springs out of the way. We're starting to get some clearance. We'll get the other side out and keep on moving.
Hey, Kev, do me a favor. I got this thing loose. A lot of people don't realize this, but easy way to get this thing, because this big tie rod bar here is in the way, is just turn them that way. There you go. Look at that. Boom.
All right.
Okay, falls right out, easiest you could get.
Yeah, so we've got pretty much everything cleared out. We've got the 4 control arms holding the axle this way. We've got the track bar here, which keeps it from swinging left to right.
Right.
We're gonna keep those in place, and we're gonna do a swap-a-roo. So kind of a 1-for-1. And I'm gonna start down here on the lower control arm.
Got that loose earlier.
All right.
So, comes
perfect.
Right out. Nice.
All right.
Let me get you the other one.
In the new.
All right.
Now the new might not be as easy, depending on how tight these spaces are. You got to wedge the stuff in. That side went in pretty easy. These are all newer and fresher, and you want everything to be tight. Oh, dude, that's going in nice. So just be prepared, especially as you start getting binding from different length arms as you're going in. That somewhere along the line you might struggle a little bit, get your big rubber mallet out, but it's all right. Keep rolling with it.
Nice.
Now, without too much drama, we got both lower control arms in.
That's right. He only cussed twice.
Yeah, twice. So now it's moving on to the upper control arm.
All right.
Okay. Out with the O.
Now, before, in the old days, when you got this upper control arm, you would literally have to sit and take it off and on, spinning this thing to get your right angles and pinion angles and so forth.
To get your right depth here, right?
So here's a pretty cool thing on this one. It actually has an adjustable sleeve, okay? So you have that adjustment here, but even when you have it locked in, you can go ahead and adjust it further with this guy. So you see that moving?
Slick.
Right? Isn't
Yeah,
that
man.
neat? So you have adjustable sleeve inside here, and then when you got it to the right length, you just tighten it down with this guy.
Yeah, there's a split in that middle sleeve, and it clamps everything together magically, simply. So let's see if we can get these in with maybe one cuss word. Now jacking up this Jeep is pretty cool, except we're messing with the angle of the dangle of two very important components. Now the first one is the track bar. Now to you car guys, it's like the panhard bar, and it's controlling the side-to-side motion of the axle. And the steeper this angle or the droop, the more you're gonna get sort of a sweeping motion instead of up and down, so you're gonna get wander, and you'll get something very similar from the drag length on your steering. As the suspension's going up and down, the car will start wandering around.
That's
like
the last thing you want when you're articulating over rocks and so forth, is it to be swinging out like that. You will control that angle, all right, in the plane through all angles, so it's rocks, mud, bumps, and so forth. Now, as you can see, these stock locations, these factory locations, they're the same. They're on the same plane, all right? Well, we're going to take this new drag link and just flip this ball joint right here. Right, so now it gives us a little more height, and guess what we're going to do with this guy? Okay, this track bar, with this Synergy kit comes this cool little bracket. It's going to use some of the factory holes, get you some spacers and so forth, and then we're going to allow us to take this track bar and mount it right up tall, up here. So that way, again, they're both on the same plane and can control that left to right motion, that swaying is going on while you're articulating over rocks and so forth. So it's simple, all the bolts come in the kit, we'll get this thing bolted up and then get to the back of the car. Stick around. Gang, welcome back. Now come on in here and I'll show you how we're gonna attack the rear of this Jeep, much like we did the front. As Kevin so eloquently put it, the angle of the dangle is essential here with this track bar or panhard arm, what do you want to call it. So as you can see, this is our new mount. Now I'm going to cut this boss here off of the shoulder so we can incorporate the old factory mount, but it's going to raise this track bar up just a couple inches. That way you can kind of control it through all planes, even though it's articulation, you want this rear end to stay nice and centered. So I'm going to snap this guy off, cut it here, and while I'm at it, I figured I might as well attack this shock mount since we got some new shock mounts with our Synergy kit too. So a lot of grinding, a little cutting, some fun stuff. Let's get to it. All right, now getting that all cleaned up where that new shock mount is gonna go. Now back up here where this panhard arm bracket is gonna go, or the track bar. Now it's pretty cool because it again incorporates the old bracket, which we're gonna clean up. It's just kind of in mock-up phase right now, and I'll show you where this goes and how it mounts. Again, this is the old factory mount. New one is up here a couple more inches. So when we come back after we mock it up here, we'll paint it so it doesn't rust. Nobody likes that. But in the meantime, at least show you how cool this kit is. All right. Get it secured here. There's going to be some U-bolts that come down here and help us as well. All right.
Looking good, my friend. All right, yep, here's these bolts that'll slide up on the back side of the axle. Really secure that sort of mounting system. And I'll show you what's next.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
baby.
Nice.
Some serious Fox shocks with our kit here. So serious ride improvement all the way around, performance to go with it.
Tons of great valving in there.
Oh yeah.
Compression, rebound, it's an awesome shot.
So we got our T-bar mount that'll go in the stock location up like this.
Okay.
And you can see the bracket will mount up here like so. And we've got a little bit of adjustment here so we can go up and down depending on if you got a different shock. You want to find its center point and make sure your travel is within range. So we can get that located, get it mounted. Everything's looking pretty good. I think we're getting pretty serious on this thing.
Yeah, man. Sweet. All right, we'll blow this apart, get it all painted up, and get the back of this Jeep handle.
All right, we've been practicing this all week. You ready?
I'm ready. Whoosh.
It's called synchronized swimming or synchronized shocking. Ready? You got your pose?
Yes.
Whatever that pose is. Yeah.
All right, so we got our shocks in. A good thing, also our bump stops, kind of the last line of defense against bottoming out on the trail. You want to measure your shock fully compressed and fully extended and subtract about an inch for the bump stop itself. And it's always usually about 4 to 5 inches. You're good to go. Fortunate for us on the Synergy kit, they already come pre-measured with the shocks. You're all good to go.
Yeah, man. Last thing you want is to blow out a shock on the trail or anywhere else. But as you can see, this guy's about ready to get down on the ground. We're going to take a break. When we come back, get to see the results. All right, boys and girls, here we are, all buttoned up, on the ground, the right stance, our 3-inch jacked up suspension setup.
It's sweet. The heavy lifting has been done. Now we're actually ready to go hit them trails.
Almost. We got a few things left to do.
Sure.
Speaking of trail, you can see from the factory it's trail rated. I'm thinking more like walking path, walking trail.
Exactly. But now, with the kit, with the tires, with everything we got in here, it's ready for some custom trail pinstriping, courtesy of some shrubs, shrub oak, and all that stuff.
The scratchy type of pinstriping.
And how about this? You know, like we were talking about, 35-inch tires, gear alloy rims, and ready for some mud.
Yeah. So speaking of mud and some serious grip, right? We've got our Falcons. These are the Wild Peaks. Yeah. Man, you can see the lugs on this thing, the claws ready to claw its way to the top of those hills.
Exactly. Hey, and when you're out on the trail, getting mud, getting dirt, getting debris and so forth in the interior, we got to get kind of ready for that and address all that
we're
stuff.
going to make a mess.
Yeah,
for sure. And we got to get some good eyesight. So we can get some good lighting on this thing. So when we're just motoring down that trail, we're seeing about what we're going to go hit long before we get there. So let's add a little accessories on this thing before we go out there and get dirty.
My man.
Just a couple of fasteners and clips. We have the grill out of the way. We can access the headlights. We've got our beauty rings that sit right here. A couple of screws. We can pop the old headlights out. And we've got some great lighting options from Siron. So this headlight system here is pretty cool because you can do a couple different options with it on mounting. If you want to do some brackets, right, you can mount it on the top of your vehicle, right, down below, anywhere you want. It's fully configurable, or it pops right in to the front headlight like so. But let me show you what this brings. So this is bringing 4,000 lumens of light. So about 200% better coverage. And you have two options. On ours, we're going to trail, so we're going to do the Beast headlight system. Pretty appropriate for the truck that we've got here. So this is a long reach. So it's shooting out way down the trail so you can see where you're going long before you get there. Or you can do the urban version, right, which has a more spread out light pattern. Kind of what you do on typical street driving, right? So you can pick which one you like. Now I'm going to light this thing up so you can see it because it's got another little neat feature to it that I like. So you've got your low beam, you've got your high beam, and then you have this added feature, so you've got a daytime running light setup. So if your vehicle doesn't already have that, you can wire it in a couple different ways. It's really simple. You just have a singular connector down here for that. Now you can just tie it right into your low beam circuit, so when your low beams come on, those DRLs come on too, or you can do it to ignition. So when you're driving, your headlights are off, you always have those running, or you can do it on a switch, whatever you want to do. So the system is super simple, like I said. For our case, I've got a little adapter here. I plug it right in like so, and from there, it's just kind of reassembling. So we'll figure out which combination we want to do to hook up that DRL, but connect that plug right up inside there, and wrap her up. We're good to go with good vision.
You know, seat covers is something we typically don't think about until it's way too late. Now we got some Carhartt Realtree extra seat savers from Covercraft. Now these are custom patterned. You're going to get a really exceptional fit, and they're rugged, they're durable, they're protected against sun, dirt. And you think about it, if you go to work in say your shop, your garage, probably put on some coveralls, you wear gloves, your favorite garage hoodie, that's all for protection. So why wouldn't you get some seat covers? And when you're out on the trail, especially when you have an interior this nice, I mean, Jeep really stepped it up. It's something you definitely want to protect. And I want to show you something else I really like about this. It's duck fabric, okay? So it's really water repellent. And I mean, really. It's crazy, right? Man, you gotta love that protection. Awesome protection, awesome fit, and really easy to install. Couple buckles, and you're in. And when we come back, I got an additional little flavor on this Jeep I really think you're gonna like, man. So take a quick break, get these seat covers on, back in a minute. So welcome back. Obviously something's gone missing. And with the door out, that means the mirror is gone as well. And in comes kickbacks. It's foot pegs with benefits. But let's be honest, those of us that have Jeeps do a lot of rock crawling and climbing. We like to hang out of the Jeep. For those of you fortunate enough to have, say, hair, the wind blowing in your hair, it's gotta be nice when you have a Jeep, right? Well, these little foot pegs with benefits from kickbacks are pretty cool. They use the strap, right? There used to be a cloth strap here as basically the lock, the locator. Falls right into place. Check that out, right? You're out hunting some rocks, cruising around town, wind blowing in your hair if you're fortunate enough to have some. Sad. But man, it makes any obstacle so much easier, and you got all of this open and
you got
available.
that.
Yeah, man, and the mirror.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's the easiest accessory I think we'll ever put on.
Dude, no tools,
That's
right?
right.
It really loads up in a second.
Yeah. And once you kick backs, then you can relax.
Yeah, kickbacks and relax.
That's right. All right, well, we got a really cool Jeep, man. We started with this Sahara, right? Now we got the full suspension, the big tires, right? The killer wheels. You know,
Man.
we got our foot pegs on here. We got our seat covers on here. We got bright lights going on. That's
Love
enough
it.
for one day, man.
I think so, man.
Well, with that, man, we are out of time. So that means you guys are just going to have to chill out for a while, and we'll see you next time.
Come on, one mud hole. One little.
Goodbye to these guys, and we're out.
Bye, guys. Let's go, Dad.